Okay, practice final 2017, winter 1, problem number 5. It's a snap problem. Oh, sorry about that. Snap. Okay, this actually looks really similar to the short practice final that we had, but I'm going to say that's different. Let's see. Okay, so snap problems for me were really challenging to do. I didn't do too well on the midterm for this one, and I had to really go back and actually, for me, what really helped me was actually just playing with the program. So for questions like this, I actually inputted it into the program and just played with it, and that actually helped me more than actually doing these questions. So for me, just playing around with it, playing around with the functions, getting familiar with it, I think that would also help you too, rather than learning or trying to parse how Snap works just from the slides. It's actually putting together things, and through trial and error, that actually might help you more. Okay, onto the question. So this is the right one, right snap that they want us to base the other ones on. So let's do the same thing that I did for the short practice one. Let's do t equals 2. T equals 2, t equals 6, and t equals 21. So let's erase this. Okay, if t equals 2, then the first statement will be true, and it will say, "Brr, cold." If t equals 6, then the first statement will be false, and then it will fall into the else statement. So if t is less than 20, which 6 is, it will say, "Today is nice." And then end. If t is 20, that is not less than 5, so it's false. It will go into else. And then if t, 21 here, is less than 20, which is false, therefore we go to the else statement, saying it's hot out. So those are the things. So if it's less than 5, it goes to birds cold. If it's between 5 and 20, like 6, they want it's nice outside. And if it's over 20, it's going to say it's hot. So those are the things that we want. So again, going through the step, I just like to take a look and just trying to parse what I am working with. So the first one, they all look like they have 20 and 5. But C seems kind of different. It was actually, this one seems different from the short practice final as well, because it has an or statement in the first function. Okay, so nothing's too out of the ordinary for me. They all have less than conditions. So, but if you see something like happy birthday or something like that, obviously you can cross that out immediately and save yourself any time. So for the first one, let's work through that. So let's do A. So A is equal, if A was 2, so I'm just going to work through my my test temperatures that I had that I used for the correct one, because if I use the same inputs, it should give me the same outputs if it's the correct one. So let's test for this. In A, if t equals 2. So the first one, if temperature is less than 5, which 2 is, then say bird's cold. Brr, cold. But it looks like nothing is stopping me from going to this one. In the original one, there was an else statement that stopped me, because if the first one is true, then there's no point in going past that. But here, it looks that even if the first part is true, even if this is true, you'll still need to go to the next section to finish off the program. It will not stop until you hit the end. So for this one, if I put 2, it will say bird's cold, but then the program will go to the next condition, the if condition. And if 2 is less than 20, which it is, it will say today is nice. So there's 2 contradictory statements there, which should say, no, this is not it. And again, if you're at this point, I think my suggestion would be don't waste your time with the 6 and 21, because if it doesn't satisfy the first the input, there's no point in you testing the other remaining 2 to see if it's right, because if it's wrong for the first one, it's wrong overall. So don't waste your time on that. Okay, B. Let's test t equals 2. If t is less than 20, which it is, it will say nice day. And wrong. So I'm supposed to get birds cold, but I'm already, even if I don't have to look at the rest of it, I don't have to look at the rest of the program. This function right here says if I have 2, I'll have nice day. That's wrong. I need birds cold, and only that. So therefore, I don't need to waste my time looking at any other part of the program. I don't need to test for anything else. So right off the bat, B, it's done. Okay, C. Let's see, t equals 2. Let's test this. If t is greater than 20, or if t is equal to 20, which this is not, say it's hot out. We're not going to say it's hot out. Therefore, this is false. And then we're going to go to the next part. If t is less than 5, which 2 is, we're going to say bird's cold. So far, so good. Let's see if it finishes off. Else, that stops it. Yeah, looks like it's good. Let's see if t equals 6 works. T equals 6. T is not greater than 20, and it does not equal 20 either. So we're not going to say it's hot out. So we're going to go to the next part. T is less than 5. No, that's false. Therefore, we're going to go to the else, and there's no condition. We're going to immediately just say it's a nice day. So far, so good. So 21. Let's test this. This is right then. This is going to be our golden answer. Okay, if t is greater than 20, I don't need to look at anything else because it's or. If t is greater than 20, it's satisfied. It's true. It's already true. It doesn't matter what the rest of the thing is because it says or. If t is greater than 20, say it's hot out. Hot. This looks like it. This looks like the right one. So at this point, if I was going for time, if I was pressed for time, I would just circle C and then just go to the next question. But if you're feeling good, because here there's no those tricky ones like is it C or D, or is it C and A, or is it A and D? So if you had an option here, C and D, then you would have to look at D. And let's just look at D just in case. T equals 2, that's one of our test inputs. If t is less than 5, which it is, this one is true. Bird's cold. That's right. Looks so good. Let's try the other one then. T equals 5. This is false then. Then we go to the next part. Is t is less than 20? 6 is less than 20? Yes, it's a nice day. But look at here. There's nothing stopping it to go from the bottom. This box, this part of the function will go straight down to the last one. So if not only is it going to be hot, not only is it going to say nice day, but it's also going to say hot, which is wrong because they're contradictory statements. We own one statement per temperature group. So I don't need to test for 20. There's no point. I don't need to test for 20. Don't need to waste my time. So I have X, and then C looks like my answer.